Hi, welcome back to here. So the next part we're looking at is fats. Okay, so unlike your carbohydrates whereby we have got a generalized formula, for fats we don't often have a generalized formula itself because we have got lesser amount of oxygen compared to hydrogen. Okay, however, fats, once you break it down, you get just three fatty acids and one glycerol. So by the term fatty acids, you can tell that there will be a slight change in the pH in which the pH level will drop, okay, to become more acidic when your fats hydrolyzes or rather broke down into fatty acids and a glycerol. Now, fats itself has many uses. Not all fats are bad. So fats can be used as a main source of energy, and you can see that it provides more than 2 times the amount of energy compared to carbohydrates. Carbohydrates only provide 17 kilojoules per gram, but fats provide 38 kilojoules, which is very efficient for people who are living in extremely cold countries or for animals that are living in areas that are extremely cold, like the Arctic, Antarctic regions. Okay, so they insulate against excessive fat loss, act as a solvent for certain fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K, hormones as well. So which means to say that without the presence of fats, these vitamins and hormones are not able to be dissolved properly and properly utilized in the body system. Prevention of water loss, this happens at the skin area. So we have got oil that is being produced on the skin itself, so that will prevent excessive water loss so that we don't just shrink up itself. Fats also act as a protective layer for some internal organs like the kidneys or the adrenal glands to prevent it from getting shocked easily, and it constitutes most of the cell membrane. So in first couple of chapters where we looked at the cell, if you recall, cells have got the phospholipid bilayer, and the lipid part is essentially fats itself. Okay, so likewise, like carbohydrates, we can test for fats, and this is called an emulsion test. So let's say I crush a couple of peanuts and I put it into a test tube, and ethanol is being added into this particular test tube, and you shake it. After some time, you realize that you have got a white emulsion. Okay, this does not work with water, rather because fats do not dissolve in water. Ethanol is alcohol, essentially the chemical name of it. They can dissolve in alcohol, so therefore it results in an emulsion. Okay, now fats itself, you can say this is the entire structure of the fats. Once it is broken up, I will have one glycerol here and three fatty acid chains here. Okay, so let me just draw it out here. So this one, once it is broken up, I will be breaking it up into here, and then I will have three fatty acid chains. One, two, here, and here as well. Okay, so total I have got three chains, three fatty acid chains and one glycerol. Okay, so type of fats, I have got two types, saturated and unsaturated fats. Often we hear that saturated fats are not good for the human body. True with a reason. So saturated fats, they are in very packed areas because it does not have any double bond. But unsaturated fats, on the other hand, I have got the presence of a double bond. Okay, so at least one double bond. So because I've got additional double bond, the structure is now less flexible because you have got more bonds here, more space is taken up. So that creates what we call kinks in the structure compared to a straight structure over here. Okay, so depending on the number of kinks that we have, it will give you the amount of unsaturation level. So if I have got one double bond, it is mono unsaturated. If I've got two double bonds, then it's di-unsaturated. But if there are multiple double bonds, then we call it poly-unsaturated. Poly means multiple. Unsaturated means it has double bonds in it. Okay, and these double bonds ones are usually liquid at room temperature. These are the healthier fats. Okay, you can see that it's mainly plant fats, not much of animal fats that are usually in the saturated fats itself. Okay, so that's the end of fats, pretty short. We'll look at proteins next.